Previously on Live from Mount Olympus.
Did you hear that? It sounded like a baby.
A baby?
Zeus, your son needs you now.
Traitor! You knew the oracle's prophecy. Your son will kill me. They go under?
I can't tell, King Acrisius. It's too dark.
Our little hero has definitely grown up.
My son.
Since you saw me last, I have beheaded monsters.
The Gorgon's head.
Time to put this terrible head back in the bag. Athena, I return your shield and give you the head of Medusa. Mother, I want to return home to Argos.
My father is a very dangerous man. Did you forget about the prophecy, Perseus?
I don't mean him any harm. And maybe he will finally bless me. Bless us.
Live from Mount Olympus is produced by the Onassis Foundation and is a proud member of Tracks from PRX.
King Acrisius! King Acrisius!
What is it now, Flakos? As head of the royal guard, can't you take care of it without me? Let me sleep.
My king, I have terrible news. A hero is on his way to Argos. He is called Perseus.
Perseus? Isn't that the name of that strange-looking fish from the Red Sea?
This Perseus is definitely not a fish. There's another meaning for the name Perseus. Destroyer.
Nonsense.
And rumor has it that Perseus was born right here in Argos.
Impossible!
They say that when he was a baby, he and his mother were rescued by a fisherman in Seriphus. They were found floating on the sea in a wooden crate.
What are you implying?
You yourself gave me the order to push your daughter and her baby off the cliff that terrible stormy night.
Oh my gods. The prophecy! Prepare the horses. Prepare my carriage. We must leave Argos immediately. But where to go?
The King of Larissa's on death's door, they say. So funeral games should be any day now.
Funeral games? I guess I'm not the only doomed king. If we leave now, we'll be there in time to get the best seats.
Are you sure, Your Grace? No one can evade a prophecy forever. Not even a king.
I have survived this long. Even if he knew where to look, he would never find me among those crowds. Pack your bags, Falakos. And our disguises. We'll ride for Larissa at dawn.
Thank gods we made it to land in one piece.
Oh, I thought that cursed storm would never end.
Feeling okay, my dearest Andromeda? You're still a little green. You barfed so much I swore you were going to turn inside out.
I'm doing a little better. I hope your grandfather doesn't think you're marrying a frog.
Which way to grandfather's castle, Mother?
I'm a bit turned around. It's definitely been a while, but this looks nothing like the landscape of my childhood. I fear we may be lost. What port is this?
I see a carriage. Sir, stop! Sir! Sir!
Ah, good morning. Are you on your way to the games? Do you need a carriage?
Good morning, sir. We're headed to Argos, but seem to be a bit lost. Can you point us in the...
A bit? You are in Volos, ma'am. You might as well be on the other side of the world. Argos is hundreds of miles away.
What?
No! Oh, my God!
If you must go to Argos, you can catch the next boat. Won't take you but another week to get there.
Another week?
Ooh.
While you're waiting, why not go into Larissa for the funeral games in honor of our late king? You might enjoy yourselves. It'll take your mind off of your predicament.
Funeral games, did you say?
Yes, chariot races, boxing, wrestling, marathon, and discus throwing.
Perseus, I just want to take a hot shower.
I've never had the chance to try my strength and skill at games like these. We must go. I'll enter the discus competition.
To try your strength or to show off?
Well, maybe a little of both.
Didn't you say you wanted to get to Argos as soon as possible to meet your grandfather? We probably shouldn't stop.
Andromeda, you will learn that no one can hold Perseus back from accepting a challenge.
I know I can do it. Take us to Larissa, sir. And get ready, world. The Gorgon Slayer is coming.
To Larissa we go!
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the funeral games for our recently departed king. It's time to begin the discus competition. Each participant must stay within the 2.5-meter circle.
I got this. How hard could it be?
Move over. Move aside.
Watch it, buddy.
But the discus must land within the marked zone.
Coming through.
That old man stepped on my foot.
If the discus falls outside the zone, then the throw is a foul. That's all the rules, so let's get right to the action.
Hey, down in front! Down in front!
Front row seats. You have finally done something right, Flakos.
Thank you, Your Grace.
Please give a warm round of applause to our first contender, a last-minute entrant who goes by the name of... Well, this is unique. Please give it up, folks, for the Gorgon Slayer!
The one and the only.
Gorgon Slayer.
Your Grace, look at that profile. The bridge of his nose. He looks just like...
As the Gorgon Slayer winds up, the curvature of his arm is a thing of beauty.
Stay in the zone. Stay in the zone.
He explodes out of his stance. He turns. He turns. He throws. The discus is airborne. Look at that baby fly. Wait. Oh my God. Somehow the wind has sent the discus out of bounds and it's headed for... Gentlemen, run!
Could that have been the finger of a god I glimpsed, pushing the discus off course?
I've never seen anything like this. The discus is going.
No! How could my perfect throw have flown out of bounds?
I would have imagined my story would end here. I can outrun the prophecy no more.
A direct hit. This is terrible. The discus has struck an old man. What? Ladies and gentlemen, we have just had word that the old man is dead. And he is none other than King Perseus of Argos.
Grandfather!
Shall I prepare the horses and chariot for our return to Argos in the morning? King Perseus?
I am not your king.
You are the next in line for the throne. Now that King Perseus, now that your grandfather has perished.
Stop!
Give us a moment, Flakos. You must understand that this is a difficult time for my son.
Yes, Your Grace. I will leave you alone with your family. Try to tell him. No one can evade a prophecy.
I'm so sorry, my love. I'm so sorry.
Andromeda, could you fetch us a bite to eat?
I'm not hungry.
You must eat, Perseus. Andromeda, please get us some bread, olives, and figs. That would be just perfect.
Of course. I love you, Perseus.
I love you too. hurts so bad. It stings.
It's going to sting for a while, but you will heal. And one day it won't sting so much.
How can you be so sure?
If there is one thing I know, my son, it's that we can heal even when those who are supposed to love us the most hurt us instead. Your grandfather locked me in a stone tower to avoid his fate. And when he learned of you, he threw us into the sea in a wooden crate to die. I realized then that I had two choices. I could marry my grief and let it devour my soul, or I could toss it into the ocean and get on with my life, get on with being a good human being, get on with being your mother. It's true. I still feel the sting of all I've lost from time to time, but I've had so much happiness too. And I know there will be more to come, a lot more, especially once you and Andromeda give me some grandchildren.
Mom. Are you sad that your father is dead?
I am sad that I lost the father of my childhood a long time ago. He became obsessed with prophecy, so obsessed that he lived solely in the future and left the rest of us to fend for ourselves in the present.
What was the father of your childhood like?
You may be surprised, but before the prophecy, he was a good father. He could even be silly. We had so much fun. We used to play hide and seek in the castle. When he found me, he would pick me up over his head and fly me around like I was a bird. And he would sometimes scare the daylights out of me. He did the best monster impersonation ever.
That was fun?
Yes. Because I knew that behind the sinister growl was my defender, my protector, my dad. But he changed. And life went on. You and I found a new family in Seraphos, and Dictys became a second father to me. You learned so much from him.
I did. That's true.
I know you will become a wonderful father and husband, Perseus. You will do great things with your life, my son. Great things.
They were out of olives, but I got some grapes and plums.
Thank you, Andromeda. You two should eat. I must go speak to Flakos about our plans.
These grapes are delicious. And the plums, too.
I'm never eating again, ever.
That's fine. More for our 19 children and me.
Not funny.
So, where do we go from here, Perseus?
Not to Argos, that's for sure.
And why not?
I've never even met the people there. How could I face them after what I've just done?
You do know it was the fulfillment of a prophecy, right?
That feels even worse. Like I can't decide where my life will lead. Because it all has been decided for me before I was even born.
I definitely know how that feels. As I was waiting on that rock by the sea, waiting for Ketis, resigned to my fate, I wondered about everything that had led to that moment, to the burden of having to save everyone by losing my own life.
And that's when I saw you. You looked so very sad, but also so strong.
That's when you swooped down. And then, together we defeated the monster. The prophecy said that my parents had to give up what they loved the most, me. And in the end, they did have to give me up. But not to Ketis. To you. To our life together. Prophecies are tricky. We can't ever really know what the fates have in store for us.
But will our entire lives be at the mercy of forces out of our control? I wonder what Hermes and Athena might say. They're gods. They definitely don't have to deal with this kind of stuff.
But of course we do.
Hermes!
You must know that even the gods are powerless over prophecies, Perseus.
Athena!
Oh, my goddess.
And we are most certainly unable to subvert them. Remember Cronus?
I do. Of course I do. But you should have seen my throne!
He's not getting it.
No, he is not.
My grandfather is dead, and I'm the one who killed him. My whole life might as well be over.
Your life is just beginning. Your grandfather's death was already written. You couldn't have escaped it any more than he could have escaped being killed, as much as he tried.
This chapter is over, Perseus. And you are ready to begin the next one, with a beautiful, strong woman by your side.
Oh my goddess, Athena. I think I could die happy right now.
Please don't.
You have a wedding to prepare for.
And a kingdom to lead.
Don't remind me.
And why not? Your life is about to get very
scary.
Oh, really? Marrying me feels scary?
Not you, Andromeda. I can't wait to marry you. It's the idea of becoming a king that feels so strange.
Little hero. Hermes and I have seen so many kings come and go.
Some cruel.
I've definitely met a few of those.
Many foolish.
Sounds familiar.
And just a few rulers who learn how to wield their power wisely.
You will be fine, Perseus.
I think so too. Andromeda and I will be able to handle whatever comes next. Thanks to you both. We're ready for it all.
Perseus and Andromeda got married.
A beautiful wedding. Even though I don't usually go in for those kinds of things.
But Perseus still didn't want to be king of Argos. Too many bad vibes on those cliffs.
So, he struck this brilliant deal with his cousin Megapenthes.
Boring.
It's not boring. Politics is never boring, Hermes. Perseus came up with a genius strategy, swapping kingdoms with his cousin, and he ended up with the kingdom of Tyrants.
Just real estate transactions. What I want to talk about are the children.
Helios! You better not have broken your grandmother's vase or your butt is mine.
Papa! Papa!
And that would be young Gorgophone.
Perseus and Andromeda's only daughter.
Will you tell me a bedtime story?
All right. One story. Once upon a time, there was a beautiful princess who was tied to a rock.
Perseus! Watch the tentacles!
While they didn't have 19, 7 kids was a handful.
Yet Perseus and Andromeda found enough patience to be loving parents and good rulers, treating their people with honor and respect.
How was your day, my dear?
We broke ground for a new school in the lowlands. The one that was destroyed by the floods. The smiles on the children's faces were beautiful.
I saw smiles today, too. Remember that nobleman who abandoned his fields just outside the citadel? I decreed that they should be given to his poor neighbors. You should have seen their faces. They were glowing.
As is yours.
Time went on, as it does for all mortals.
And on.
And on. Andromeda and Perseus grew old.
My dear Andromeda, I will love you until the end of time.
It's been a beautiful ride, my beloved Perseus. You are my one true love.
When they died, Zeus put them into the heavens as constellations.
On a clear night, if you look just below the North Star,
Below Cephas and Cassiopeia, And next to Cetus and Pegasus, too.
You will see Perseus and Andromeda side by side, shimmering and twinkling forever.
I swear this meadow on Mount Olympus is the best location for stargazing.
Perseus and Andromeda's descendants became great leaders,
warriors, and heroes.
But those are stories for another time. We can't stare up at the stars all night. There are urgent messages to convey.
And important strategy to craft. You're right. I must go.
Catch it later for some ambrosia, sister.
Oh, don't you know it? Ciao, brother.
Alone again with just you, my cherished listener. But I too must fly. Thanks for tuning in to my God's Pod. There are still so many stories to tell. Till next time, little hero.
Thanks so much for listening. Live from Mount Olympus is produced by the Onassis Foundation. Our executive producer is Karen Brooks Hopkins.
Yeah.
This series was created by Julie Burstein and the Onassis Foundation. Julie Burstein is our producer. Zoe Dolan is senior project manager. The series is co-produced by the Brooklyn-based theater ensemble The Team.
Your life is about to get very scary.
Oh, really?
Our directors are Rachel Chavkin and Zhailon Levingston. And our actors are Vinie Burrows, Jill Frutkin, Divine Garland,
The one and the only.
Amber Gray, Adrian Hopkins, Natalie Hopkins, Modesto Flako Jimenez.
I try to tell him, no one can evade a prophecy.
Libby King.
You must know that even the gods are powerless over prophecies, Perseus.
Ian Lassiter.
Isn't that the name of that strange-looking fish from the Red Sea?
Zhailon Levingston.
Look at that baby fly!
Christina Liberus.
I hope your grandfather doesn't think you're marrying a frog.
Nehemiah Luckett. Jake Margolin. James Harrison Monaco.
To Larissa we go!
Kristen Sieh. Jillian Walker.
Yes. Behind the sinister growl was my defender.
And Andre DeShields is Hermes.
Thanks for tuning in to my God's Pod. There are still so many stories to tell.
The team's producing director is Alexandra Lalonde, and associate producer is Laura Elliott. This episode was written by Nathan Youngerbird. Sound design and audio production by David Shulman. Magda Giannikou composed and performed our music with help from Luca Bordenaro. Jason Adam Katzenstein created our illustrations, and we had graphic design by Onassis Creative Studios. Thanks to our creative advisors, Crystal Bob Simple, Dr. Michael Cohen, Dr. Simon Critchley, Max Friedlich, Dr. Young Richard Kim, Effie Sieltsu, and business advisor Laura Walker. We had production assistance from Lucas Miller, Letitia West, and Tessa Zitter. Learn more about the Olympian gods and the wonderful voices behind them at onassis.link/Olympus.
Magnificent, Apollo.
Since 1975, the Onassis Foundation has been dedicated to culture, community, and education with projects that can effectively inspire social change and justice across borders. Learn more at onassis.org. May the gods be with you.
Yeah. One more story, please.
All right. Last story.
Onassis Foundation.
Let's be honest. Growing up, we all break rules.
Yep.
Sometimes we're stirring up mischief.
I used to steal my little sister's tooth fairy money.
Sometimes we're trying to spark change.
I fought the school board to be the first girl on the wrestling team.
And other times, we're just testing boundaries.
I lied to my parents about who broke the window. The dog did it!
From the makers of Mortified and the awesome people at Trax, a new network from PRX.
Oh, I love public radio.
With support from the Corporation for Public Broadcasting.
Whoa, the Sesame Street people?
Comes a brand new podcast for tweens called
Ooh, You're in Trouble.
A show about the moments we become rebels, rule breakers, rascals, or even revolutionaries.
So, how can I be on it?
If you're 10 to 25, visit listentotrouble.com.
Support for Trax comes from the Corporation for Public Broadcasting.
This is Trax from PRX.